Amazon Prime titles coming up in May. So I'm just going to go through titles. A lot of them are familiar to us, so we won't have to go nuts. But if you want to say something, just pipe up. But most of these come out on May 1st, so they will be available then. But we've got, of course, the Brady Bunch movie and a very Brady sequel, which are both worthwhile. I love Jennifer Elise Cox as Jan. She's fantastic in at least the first one, and so that's good stuff. AI, artificial intelligence, is hitting. So Spielberg's great movie that's coming out. Baby Boom with Diane Keaton and Sam Shepard from '87. Back to School, the Rodney Dangerfield with also very young Robert Downey Jr.
Excuse me, can I ask a dumb question?
Sure.
Is the Melissa McCarthy movie Life of a Party basically just the remake of that, female-centric?
You know what? I haven't seen the preview for it yet. So
she goes back to school with her daughter, I guess?
Oh, I see.
That's why I asked. Is this basically just a remake of...
Role reversal.
Yeah, role reversal.
Gender reversal, I mean.
Sure,
Gender,
yeah. That's probably how they pitched it. Back to school with women.
So they did that with the remake of that, and they switched the genders on the Overboard remake too. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
Wow. Just so much for progress.
Yes. Yeah. Retroactive justice, I guess. Okay, so we got Bull Durham, the famous Rod Shelton movie, also on the 1st on Amazon. Then back to the 1st, all these coming out on the 1st. So they're retaining, I don't know what Amazon has. They must have some kind of complicated contract with MGM UA, but they keep bringing on and then taking off the James Bond series, but they're bringing it back again on the 1st. So you've got Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, Diamonds Are Forever, Live and Let Die, The Man with the Golden Gun, The Spy Who Loved Me, Never Say Never Again, with Connery, and then Octopussy, all on the 1st. So we will once again, have a chance to enjoy those in their widescreen glory. 8 Men Out, the great John Sayles movie with the incredible cast, telling the story of the Chicago Black Sox from 1988. That is a fantastic movie, and if you've never seen it, it's a really great story and incredible cast that will just leave your mind blown. Elizabethtown, the Cameron Crowe movie that's sort of birthed at least the phrase "manic pixie dream girl" from a critic out there, but of course Kirsten Dunst in that, and from 2005. A movie called Foxfire that I really had to look up, but it's no, not that one.
No, not Firefox.
Not Firefox, but Foxfire, and there's another property out there named Foxfire, but it's from 1996, based on a Joyce Carol Oates novel, who of course gave us Straight Talk, but it's what's the girl's name? Hetty Buress. Hetty Buress is the star. It's a girl taking revenge on somebody.
I remember this movie.
Sexually harassed her or whatever.
I think I do too.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie, Jenny Lewis.
Yeah.
Yes, Dash Mihawk from that TV show, and so Kathy Moriarty, Richard Bamer, John Deal, Chris Mulkey. So lots of good supporting cast in this as well.
Interesting side note. My parents met at a restaurant called the Foxfire.
Oh,
there you go.
Interesting.
It all comes around.
Yes, it does eventually. Frailty is also going to be available. That's Bill Pullman's one and only directorial.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton, sorry. Get all the Bills mixed up.
Right.
And, so it's very good. Who else is in that? Isn't that Matthew
Powers
McConaughey?
Booth. Isn't Powers Booth?
Yep.
Yeah,
both
McConaughey's in it. Powers Booth, yes.
Both last year.
Yeah.
Yes. 40 Days and 40 Nights. Gator, Burt Reynolds, sequel to White Lightning is hitting.
These are all good. Now we're getting good stuff. All right.
Yeah, now we're getting to the good stuff. We got The Hangman coming up. Now, they don't have a lot of older movies that they introduce on these weeks. So, but this is Michael Curtiz, Western, with Robert Taylor, Tina Louise, Fess Parker, Jack Lord, Gene Evans.
Wow.
So that should be, and Lauren Green. So,
all right.
So, wow. I'll be watching that one, that's for sure. Insomnia, the remake, of course, with our good friend Al Pacino, and of course Christopher Nolan, Robin Williams, right?
Yeah.
In that. Yeah.
And what's his name?
Great, Stellan Skarsgård or somebody like that. I can't remember. But,
no, is it Martin Donovan? Is it Martin Donovan?
Martin Donovan. Yes, you're right. California with a K. That is the I think a very, very good sort of disturbing movie with Brad Pitt and
David Duchovny and.
Right, exactly. And
I do like that movie. I do like it. It's a cool.
You know what?
Movie.
You can actually see in some of his movies Brad Pitt, because Brad Pitt idolizes Mickey Rourke.
Mm-hmm.
You could see him trying to do a Mickey Rourke performance in California and movies of that ilk, because and I guess all there was to it was just not washing your hair. Like that was the
Juliette Lewis.
Yeah, Juliette Lewis, and who's the Michelle? Is it Michelle Forbes? Is the other? Is David Duchovny's girlfriend?
Michelle Forbes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she's very good in it too. And
Pitt and Juliette Lewis were dating at the time, so they were the big item. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So really worthwhile movie, I think. Let's see, Manhunter, of course, which we all love, is returning to the lineup. The first, really technically the first, Hannibal Lecter kind of thing with one of the best Hannibal Lecters, Brian Cox, and of course, who's the lead? William, what's his name?
Is it William Peterson?
William Peterson, yes, exactly. And some really great actresses in it as well. New Rose Hotel, which is a Abel Ferrara movie.
Yeah, with William. I remember watching this. Isn't this based on a William Gibson short story? I think
it is. It is.
Yeah,
It is part of that, So I've never seen it. But I am curious about it, and I will be watching it. As a Charlie Brown fan, I have to mention this, but it's not the greatest Charlie Brown movie. But might as well check it out just to see, how the mighty have fallen. But 1977's Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown. It's okay, I guess. Baba do whatever, But. The heights of Charlie Brown movies and television shows are not hit in this.
Good grief, Dean! Give the kid a break.
I know, but what can I tell you? I have high standards for Charlie Brown movies.
What do you think about the next one, the last one, Bon Voyage? I'm just curious. I like that one myself.
That's a good one.
It's I think I've checked that out. It's all right, it's okay. It's kind of on the level of Race for Your Life, but it's okay. Is that the one where they go to Europe or something?
Yeah.
I like it. Don't
I thought it was a little better.
That one's good because you can feel that it's very close to Schultz's heart, going to that. So I dig it for that reason. Okay, so we got the Rocky series coming back to Amazon. Rocky, the first one through 5, and I assume they'll be keeping Creed, which has been on their roster for a little while now. So you'll be able to see the whole Rocky saga, so that'll be good. School Ties, the 1992 movie with what's his name?
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, yes.
And Chris O'Donnell. Is Chris O'Donnell in that?
I think you're right, yes. And I like that guy. I like that actor. He's very good. Let's see. We've got a movie called Set Up coming out from 2002 with 50 Cent and Ryan Phillippe and Bruce Willis. So that'll be hitting on the 1st as well. We've got Starting Out in the Evening with Frank Langella, Lauren Ambrose, and Lily Taylor.
That's a good movie, actually. I remember that. That's a good one.
Yeah, so that's definitely one I want to check out. Let's see. We've got Strategic Air Command, the James Stewart movie from 1955. The Benchwarmers, which has Robert Schneider and David Spade, but also Napoleon Dynamite, John Heder and John Lovitz and Craig Kilborn and.
What is it, like the I Hate Obama fan club in that movie? I mean, my God.
Dennis Dugan, the the director, and it has its moments. It's kind of Saturday afternoon, sort of like if you're not too demanding.
Is it a taco movie?
Yeah, you're gonna need the tacos for that one.
Okay,
for sure.
All right, good.
The Box. I know this is one of you like this one, don't you, Jerry?
Yes, I do like The Box.
Who is it again?
It's Richard Kelly. It will probably be the last movie Richard Kelly will ever direct.
Oh.
I know he's attached to something, but let's be honest. This is it, man. This is it.
You better. Yeah. So, of course, based on the story by Richard Matheson, wasn't this done as a Twilight Zone or something?
Zone, yes.
Yeah. I believe you're right.
It's another Frank Langella movie too. So it's a big month for Frank Langella on Amazon. But Cameron Diaz, of course, James Marsden, James Reevehorn, who's been on our show, and Holmes Osborne, the star of who played the dad in Donnie Darko.
Yeah, so, he's in all three of Richard Kelly's movies.
Yeah, it's like a good luck charm, I guess.
Yeah, or a bad luck charm in the case. I don't know.
The Crow, of course, we all know this. Brendan Lee from 1994 will be hitting. So if you've never seen that, you can check it out. And then we've got the Oscar-winning Golden Compass. Won an Oscar for its visual effects, if you can remember that. That's also hitting. The House I Live In, the Eugene Jarecki documentary about prison life, I think, is coming. That was done in 2013. The Hurt Locker, of course, the Catherine Bigelow Oscar-winning classic. And less classic is Robert Redford's The Legend of Bagger Vance, which happens to be, I think, maybe Redford's worst movie.
Definitely his most tone-deaf movie.
Yeah. Of course, Will Smith is the sort of ghostly kind of apparition that comes in and advises a golfer on how to be successful in the game. One of our favorite movies, Thief, is coming back to Amazon on May 1st. Of course, we all love Thief with James Caan, Tuesday Weld, and Willie Nelson, and a fantastic, score by Tangerine Dream, and you just can't beat it. It's fantastic. Untamed Heart, Marissa Tomei, and who is it? Christian Slater.
And Rosie Perez is in that too, isn't she?
Yes. And not a bad movie, even though it's about a guy. It's about Christian Slater plays a guy who has a baboon heart and is struggling to live, and he's in love with Marissa Tomei, and she's charming, and I'll always watch anything with her in it. Okay, so we move on to May 4th, and we get Last Flag Flying, which we all loved, I think.
Yeah, it's a very underrated movie.
Very underrated, very underrated. So you will get a chance to finally see this with Steve Carell and Bryan Cranston and Lawrence Fishburne. So it's really, really good. And Cicely Tyson has a great scene in it.
Yes, she does.
The Warrior from 2011. Is this the one? It's just Warrior. It's the one with Nick Nolte, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's good. Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton.
Yes, and of course Nick Nolte nominated for a Supporting Actor Oscar for that. We have Baywatch hitting on May 12th, so less said about that, the better. Also on the 12th, Still Mine, Julianne Moore's Oscar-winning performance, right? Is that right? No, I'm getting that wrong. Am I? Yeah, I'm getting that wrong.
No, you're right.
I am right.
She won for that.
Okay,
she won for the Alzheimer's.
Okay, yeah. All right. Then I'm very excited about this. It will probably be a good chance for a lot of the listeners to check this out because they probably maybe have missed it. But on May 19th, Beatrice at Dinner, one of my favorite movies of the year with Salma Hayek, hits. And just a great, great cast, including John Lithgow as sort of a Trump-esque sort of asshole that invades the dinner and shocks her into terrible places. But what a fantastic movie! And Mike White, of course, is the screenwriter and the great director, the Mexican director. Is it Manuel Ortega?
Miguel
Ortega. Yes, exactly. Doing this all without notes. Beast of Burden is something that I did not know about. It is a 2018 movie with Daniel Radcliffe and Grace Gummer, who is, I guess, will be perpetually known as, Meryl Streep's daughter. I don't know what it's about, but and I don't recognize anybody else connected with it.
Yeah, no, it was on demand, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It was on video on demand for a little bit this year, so it might have already gone on to the streaming services.
Okay.
That rings a bell.
Okay. Just Getting Started, Ron Shelton's latest movie, 2017. Sort of a FBI agent played by Tommy Lee Jones and an ex-mob lawyer in Witness Protection played by Morgan Freeman. So they go on little adventures, and Renee Russo, Joey Pantoliano, Glenn Headley, must have been one of her last movies, and so Jane Seymour, all sorts of people. Johnny Mathis. Johnny Mathis is in it. Well, so that's interesting. And The Wedding Plan, which I don't sounds a little familiar, but that's also hitting. And without wrapping it up here, without knowing the dates, we do have Picnic at Hanging Rock coming up, and then Wonder Wheel, the Woody Allen movie. And then they say Lord of the Rings, which I suspect is going to be the 1978 Ralph Bakshi animated version. So that's it for Amazon coming up. So little new feature there. Hope you guys like it. And that's it.
Okay.
Very good.
All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us this week. Next week we're off.